And good morning and welcome. And I am Dr. Peter Holmes, orthopedic surgeon, and I am host of your program, Ask the Doctor. My guest this morning is Dr. Penn Wickersham. Dr. Wickersham is a rheumatologist. If you have any questions for Dr. Wickersham in the future, or any of my other guests, there's two ways to reach me: through my exciting web, that's www.needfoundation.org, or fax 696-9012. I'd like to talk about a term called cherry picking and other schemes in which the taxpayer may not be getting the biggest bang for their buck when it comes to Medicare HMOs. In other words, those paying the taxes to cover the costs aren't quite getting what they think they should be. Now let's talk about what I mean by cherry picking, which is exactly what it is. Basically, taxpayers are paying for many seniors to go into Medicare HMOs. Now the government likes Medicare HMOs because it's a controlled cost environment and they don't have to worry about any cost overruns. So what they do is they basically pay, in some cases, some Medicare HMOs, 120% plus or minus of what they would normally pay in that area for the average Medicare recipient. So they're paying a little bit more, theoretically getting a few more benefits, but also helping with all the huge bureaucracy. Now, $6,000 as an average sounds pretty fair. But in actuality, when it comes to Medicare patients, 90% of Medicare patients require $1,500 or less of medical services. So where did the $6,000 come from? Well, if you add in the 10% really sick Medicare folks and pull in their huge numbers, 30, 40, 50,000, it brings up the average for that $1,500. So let's say you're running a business and you get paid $6,000 per recipient. And let's say you're the one signing up 20,000 Medicare patients for the HMO. Well, now you just got $120 million in your pocket. Now you need to make money by the end of the year. So what's the goal? The goal is to sign up the 90% that require $1,500 or less and then pocket the $4,500, in my opinion. So one of the ways to do it is, let's sign up the folks at a restaurant. Now, who goes to a restaurant? Those that get up, brush their teeth, get dressed, drive to the restaurant, meet their friends, hello, how are you doing, have their potatoes, meatloaf, and go home. One of the best schemes I saw was one where they had to sign up at a big band party on the second floor, where there was no elevator that worked. So they drove, they got dressed, they drove, they walked up the flight of stairs, they went in, they went to the big band party, they danced. Hello, that's a stress test, isn't it? And then they had to sign up for the Medicare HMO. Now, which group of patients do you think the taxpayer was getting then? The healthier 90% or the sicker 10%? In my opinion, they were getting the healthier 90%. They weren't looking for those that are stuck in a nursing home or having the gross medical problems. So as a taxpayer, you're laying out $6,000 per person. And yet, in my opinion, $1,500 is all the expense is going to be. It's called cherry picking. You go through the tree, you leave the green ones, you grab the red ones. Leave the green ones, grab the red ones. Yet you're paying, as taxpayer, for the whole tree. Once again, these are my opinions. If you have any comments, two ways to reach me: through my foundation at needfoundation.org or fax 696-9012 to ask the doctor.